talking all about the new Adizero ZGs, lightweight, spikeless shoes. For you, how excited are you about these new shoes?
Well, it's 2025 and it's coming up on February, so you know this is launch time. And 18 months of hard work coming to out to market. It's exciting. You love to see new product hit. And, excited to see the reaction people have. So.
I love asking you that. So 18 months in the works. If you can, take us behind in the background, if you will, from start to finish. How does the process start 18 months ago to where we are with this new shoe?
Yeah, it's we've talked about it before. It's so much more goes into making a shoe than you would think. But yeah, it starts from everything from getting input from our regions around the world. Like, what do you need to win for, because every region is different. Japan's different than the US and Europe, and we take those insights, we look at the consumer data and we go, what's trending, what are people looking for? And then what do we have in our line and what do we want to build upon and improve? And you put all that together and you got to make a strategy, and you got to predict in 18 to 20 months what you think will be needed at the consumer level, and we put that plan together, and at the end of it, you launch a product that you hope fits well, looks really good, and people react to, and I think we have it here with Adizero ZG.
Well, initially, I'm just holding it right now.
Yeah.
This is a lightweight shoe, man. It feels super comfortable too. How important are those two factors to making a great shoe like this?
Yeah, it's interesting. In our consumer research, a lot of people don't initially say they want a light shoe. That's not the top of mind.
Interesting.
But what they say is, if it is lighter, it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
So it's almost one of those things where you might not even know it, like, oh, of course, I need a more lightweight shoe. But when you build a shoe that is lighter and they play in it and they don't lose any of the other things like stability, traction, they're happier. They can play more holes. They feel more comfortable. So lightweight equates to comfort and the ability to play more golf. So.
And I understand too, you guys have done a bunch of research into the amount of hours the average golfer walks on a golf course, because a shoe can look amazing and perform well swinging, but if it's not comfortable walking, people just simply aren't going to buy it, correct?
It's funny you say that, because regardless of how good you are, right? Like, single digit, scratch, pro, most of the time on a golf course, you're not hitting.
Yeah.
You're walking.
Yeah.
It's between
or
shots.
standing.
Or standing.
Yeah.
And so the more important part of a shoe for your overall enjoyment is absolutely like when you're walking, when you're standing, the comfort, distraction free. Yes, when you get over the ball, you got to have the traction, you got to have the stability. But yes, you're right. 162 hours is what we found is the average person spending on their feet walking and while they play throughout the year. And I think that you need something that feels really good on your foot. So.
And we talked about some of the tech points there, but one of them that I haven't brought up yet is the dynamic motion.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, dynamic torsion bar is a real important part of this shoe. So, a lot of shoes do have a torsion system, which helps control the heel to the forefoot. What's really cool about this one is you can see behind that outsole, clear outsole, it goes all the way up into the forefoot.
Okay.
So it's not only a torsion system to control the back to front, that plate snaps back when I flex the shoe, so there's a little bit of return to that. So when you're walking, again, you don't know this, but like every step you take, the shoe's giving something back to you.
Yeah.
And so you walk off the course, not only is the weight less, but you're getting this kind of energy return from that snapback.
Right.
So you just feel like refreshed, energized, your feet feel great because you're not working as hard, basically. So.
Wow, okay, that's fascinating.
Yep.
And we're about to go play Cabot Citrus Farms. It might rain on us, but there's some waterproof technology with these shoes too.
I hope it rains. I think it's the best test for this shoe. Honestly, a little bit of wetness out there. Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got a waterproof upper. We dunk these things in up to the toe cap 5 hours. Like our brand.
Yes. For 5 hours.
We do, yeah, all the way up to the top of the toe. We put paper inside and we check it every 30 minutes to an hour, and if anything comes in, it fails, and we go back and look at where the water came in. You put a little bit of colored dye in there too, so you can see where it migrates in, which is really interesting. Yes, mountaineering standards. And then also it's a good test for the traction.
Yeah.
And you can see the visual here, but for a spikeless shoe, this has tons of grip. Tons of grip, so.
Okay, well, whenever we speak, I'm always blown away at something. I'm blown away at
something.
I learned something new that's totally different. And I always ask you this question too, tour feedback. What's it been like so far?
It's been really good. So we probably, I've been here 20 years, but we put as much testing on this at the pro level than anything I can remember.
Right.
We were out at Pebble Beach almost a year ago, testing with the Hogard twins and Brandon Wu, and a lot of testing with Ludwig Ebert, which I'm very excited. As you know, one of the best players in the world, someone that just looks great in our product, plays at a very high level. and he loves this product. So it was really fun to work closely with him through development.
That's amazing, and Ludwig's coming up and is a star in the game already. Now, color schemes. I'm always curious how you decide which colors go with that. Is it the apparel line that year? So we have some red in this shoe. There's some other models as well that are sort of white and sort of a gray silver color as well.
Ironically, color is one of the hardest things that we do.
Yeah, I can
it's
only
a really
imagine.
hard because it's so subjective,
Yeah.
right? And it starts with what is the brand doing? So there's a palette that we get from Adidas.
Yes.
Like what's going to go across all categories. Then we have to take that and work that into the golf so it works for golf.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you look at the colors and you're like, that might be good on a track and field shoe at the Olympics, but that might not be the best color for golf, right?
Yeah.
So it's a combination of what's trending, predicted to trend, what's going to be out there from our brand, and then what works in the space of golf, which sometimes is more muted. So yeah, that color of red there is it's energetic.
Yeah.
You see it in the apparel line and some of the key pieces. It's like a high vis red, and it makes sense for the launch colorway because this shoe is all about a little bit faster, lightweight, has a little attitude, but it's still very wearable. I think wearable color is important. It's not taking over the whole shoe. It's down low. You don't have to match it. So
yeah. So as we wrap here, I mean, color is obviously an option with the shoes, but so is laced and BOA as well too,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. I think we've talked about this before. We feel like we're the leaders in BOA technology. The way we implement it with the BOA version, it's got the prime knit sock that snaps back, but is adaptive. It's got the LA2 dial, the panels that wrap against your foot. So if you like that BOA system, we offer it in a way that I think it gives you more performance than anyone else. I know I'm biased, but we work very closely with that. And then of course the lace one is iconic, really clean. So we got you covered, whatever one you want, men's, women's, and juniors.
Awesome.
So it's an all-in approach, and we're pretty excited.
It's the Adizero ZG. Can't wait to give them a try. Mason, as always, thanks for your time.
Thank you.